Expropriation of land without compensation is possible constitutionally, according to an analyst, but that's only applicable if the land hasn't been worked on or developed, like a mineral resource which is still underground. In this case, the government can take custodianship, which means they won't need to pay the current landowners.
In our constitution, it determines in section 25 that you cannot expropriate land without compensating. Now, the whole fundamental basis of our agricultural economy is built on land ownership. It's built on the financing of the land. So the moment you start doing that, you will cripple the economy and you will basically create an food insecure South Africa.
So if the government were to start taking custodianship of farmland rather than ownership, there is a risk that the Constitutional Court would say the assumption of custodianship, different from expropriation, doesn't qualify for compensation.
And the impact of the move is anticipated to be severe. Food inflation is likely to increase, food security will decrease, and the country may have to import more of its basic food needs.
I think it's a disaster for the agricultural sector. We've had land reform going on now for many years, and unfortunately more than 90% of land reform projects have failed. People have been put on the land without the skills, without the financial backing, without the markets, infrastructure, etc. that you need for success. Land is just the first ingredient for success in farming.
We take the government to the Constitutional Court because we firmly believe that there's a misplaced political agenda here, and that does not help any South Africa in terms of growing jobs and growing the economy.
Some research points to the fact that many people entitled to take agricultural or rural land prefer to move to the urban areas with cash in their pockets.
Of all the 70,000 or so people who were able to claim land back, in the end they said they didn't want the land. They preferred to have cash because they did not see themselves as farmers in an urbanizing country.
Land is a very emotive issue in most parts of Africa, and it's especially the case here in South Africa, where expropriation is now being talked about without compensation. It's very likely that that's going to be challenged in the Constitutional Court behind me here. I'm Angelo Coppola for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.